All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with more coverage of the Nancy Guthrie case. We're going to check in with JLR. We're also looking at some new videos. I got a couple lives set up to go up one after another. I don't know what the whole deal is with this whole thing with the Nancy Guthrie thing, but it's starting to look like maybe a group of guys, something. I don't know, maybe something other than what it really is, or however you want to call it. But let's go ahead and check in on JLR and see what he is up to. Hold on. Did I go live with the right live? I probably didn't. Oh, nope, I'm on the right one. All right. I wasn't sure if I hit the live on the other one. But let's go to JLR and see what we got. See if anything's changed. No, I see he just had an interview with some guy in overhauls that's supposed to be part of the search team. I got to read because I got to get his thing. All right, here we are.
Indeed. Watching the World 777. Thank
How
you.
you doing, New York?
Watching the world, like Mel. What do you think?
I think you better
Well,
get your city ass on out of there.
I think this case is losing steam. I don't know why, but it's losing steam. And on top of that, while you were gone today, some of the media guys were saying we should leave.
Really, they were saying that.
Yeah, they tried to get me to say that the YouTubers should leave. So you know me, I'm a New Yorker. So
Really, they interviewed you to try to
Yeah.
get you to say,
Yeah.
you know who they were with?
Local 13, I think.
Really?
It's all right. But I told
Interesting.
them no, we're not leaving.
No, we're not leaving.
We have our own union, folks. We're not leaving. I know they're going to watch this, so it is what it is. But talking about this case, I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I've never seen anything like it.
Seems like they're focused on Mexico now.
Yeah,
But they'll. It
We're
believes that we
seeing
got
that
some
a
information
lot.
from the. This is 856.
We're seeing that a lot on YouTube.
One of the Spanish stations told you
Yeah,
that.
government officials are saying, and a Pima County investigator is saying this doesn't look like a cartel.
Doesn't look like a cartel.
But
No.
you were saying they do hire out these smaller little faction groups, right?
yeah.
To do certain things.
All right. So what are we looking at here? All right. I've been seeing a lot of people are turning away anything to do with New York. We're seeing almost like a group of New Yorkers coming out. They're all wearing the New York hats or whatever. Whether they're affiliated with New York, who knows? Who knows, right? But a lot of people are starting to close the doors to New York and the madness there. Man, I just watched something on Facebook last night. There was so much garbage piled up on the streets of New York. It was probably a good story tall, 1 story tall for blocks. It was unbelievable. It's no wonder there's a rat problem out there. But I've noticed this also. There's a lot of people in New York that are using my name. I'm seeing a lot of this stuff. People from New York use it. They have YouTube channels, Facebook channels. Johnny Kramer. So I don't know what's going on. It's scaring me also. Like JLR said, this is scary. It is. This whole thing. It's a big racket to steal from me or whatever, inheritance or whatever. Who knows? Bunch of crazies. Yes, me. I have no idea.
So Pima
This
County
is
doesn't
interesting.
want, like you were saying,
They want
doesn't
him to leave.
FBI going to Mexico. They're trying to keep that under wraps.
will be jurisdictional things.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a
Sure,
question.
sure, Mel.
Everybody keep talking about this. What is it? 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Do you think that was a cold 40 minutes, or do you think it's they're getting it mixed up?
Mel, I don't even know. I don't know. Honestly,
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what what I'm saying is I don't know what to believe what the sheriff puts out there.
Okay.
I don't know because we've covered his press conferences and they've been all over the map. Inconsistencies. He says one thing, says the other.
Yeah.
Information's coming out, then it's
Oh,
not.
every day
And,
it's
I don't know what to believe in.
Listen, all the blood's by the door, right?
Mhm.
So that indicates that she was just snatch and run, right? I mean, that's what, if you look at just the bare facts of the case.
Unless something inside that house they're not telling us, like some sort of struggle or some sort of blood in the house.
It makes it seem that someone got her to open the door. I'm just telling you what I've observed since I've gotten here. Somebody either said police or she recognized the voice, right?
Yeah, because they
open up
haven't
that-
said
I don't
how
want to get too
anyone
deep
got in the
into it because
house.
the media, they're on our case and they're saying people are speculating. So I don't want
They
to
say
get this
speculation is a detrimental to
too
this case.
complicated, and I don't want this to turn into a war. But those are the things that I'm saying that, you know what I mean? And here's the other thing. You talk about a glove being found, you test the glove, but did they say her blood is on the glove? Forget about the guy. Did they connect her? I mean, if you took her, wouldn't the DNA?
That's a good
I mean,
point.
there's basic,
That is a
there's
good
basic
point.
concept that
They also found 16 gloves in this area.
That's a good point about the
yeah, but
glove.
that
It
one glove is no different than the 16 now. See what I'm
was
saying?
Nancy's DNA on the glove.
Yeah, I don't want to get too.
Yeah, no,
they're-
that's a good. That's a
they're
good.
on
That's a
our
good one.
case, so I'm trying to be cool with
Hey,
it.
we need to be on their case because a lot of them are doing a lot of their job too. I
Yeah.
have to tell you, man. In
So,
Tucson,
so I told the guy on my interview, I made this point. I said, "You're upset with us as YouTubers. That's what you've classified as. We're just YouTubers." So I said, "Well, the big media put out that there was a glove found in the house.
Mhm.
Who put that out? The sheriff come back and say, "Oh, it was no glove. That wasn't a YouTuber." But you're not complaining about that. So I told him there's problems on both sides of the fence. But you can't make us leave.
just think about the
There was a
I'm
media
not
outlet,
Culver's incident,
and I won't say what media
KVOA
outlet.
put that out first.
Yeah.
There was a media outlet. I won't share what media outlet actually put the information about someone being shot at that
Yeah.
Range Rover and retracted immediately. But they
Yeah.
put the information out.
Right.
Everyone is going off other reports.
We're getting the reports from X, and they put it in the chat. We're getting it
I
actually.
told the
later
guy,
than
right,
them.
and you'll see it on the interview when it come out.
That's the thing.
I said if we were committing a crime by just streaming or covering, because a lot of people want to see the inside scoop. They don't want to just hear the polished story. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's sick of that. That's why people are going to the YouTube side. See what I'm saying?
Well, I agree. You know, I agree. Now it's turned into a war between YouTube media and the real media. And who is who? Who knows? Who knows? And that's what's crazy is you can't make heads or tails of it. What is it? The perfect storm, right? Conspiracy, whatever you want to call it, you know. Madness, evil, you know, what you know, you'd have to be evil. But this whole thing is probably designed to take away from other stuff that's happening in this world.
So I know they don't want to hear that, but we're equally here. You know, you come with your scholarship or whatever you have, your whistles and bells, it doesn't make it better. Because if it was a problem, the police would say, "Hey, you guys got to go." They shouldn't have a problem saying that, right?
And matter of fact, the
So I
deputies
told
out
them
here
straight
been
up.
waving.
Yeah, I
They've been
told them
waiting.
straight up.
Oh,
And I know they're going to listen to this.
A lot of the deputies, they respect
But-
what we're doing.
Look, they're saying Mel for sheriff.
We have no problems being here, all right? I support you, brother.
Support you too.
When they come for you, they
Yep.
come for me, all right?
Oh,
There
for
we
sure.
go. But I got to get
So
started.
what
Go
you have
live.
an interview with somebody. Where do they find it? Where do the viewers find it?
I think it's channel 13.
Channel 13. All right, look for Mel on Channel 13. Thank you for your
Oh, yeah,
time.
that's a good channel.
Channel 13, Mel.
And this is why I
Right.
think they're turning away. New
Channel
Yorkers
13.
because do you hear what he just said? Right? An alliance. They come for you, they come for me. And this is stuff we're fighting against is this alliance. Alliance for what? Right? They asked you to leave the place. They only want the main media there or whatever. YouTubers are saying no, you can stay there. It's a freedom of speech and what, and I understand that. But alliances or whatever, and then you having a New York hat on and all this stuff going on about New York and the madness there and the whole Trump thing. I think this is just obvious of what we're seeing. No need to unite with anybody. They're not coming for anybody. I don't know. I don't know. Pretty crazy if you ask me, but that's probably why.
Oh, Mel.
Yeah.
How do they reach you? Your channel.
Oh, it's Watching the World 777. All right. Watching the World 777. I typically cover the court cases in New York City. Like I sit behind Maduro in court. I was behind Diddy in court for 9 weeks. I got to know his family. Luigi Mangione, his state trial, his federal trial.
That's
I
probably
know all the attorneys. This is
that's probably the problem.
I just stream. I don't really give you an angle. And
For one, that's your problem right there. Is why they want you. You had something to do with the Diddy. You got real close to the Diddy and his family. That's probably why they don't want you there. I know that's from his mouth, folks, not mine. That's what he said. And then he's buddies with Mangione and all of, that's probably why.
I'm here to support the
Maybe a
Q-tubes,
revolution.
right?
They're
We're
trying
coming
to
for
get
you.
them.
Legacy Media is the Titanic. Everybody's trying to get on the small boats, right?
Well said.
It is
Thank
what
you.
it is. Evolution. Yeah, we gotta accept.
Legacy Media. Though I think a lot of the media people actually have been doing great work here. A lot of them. I think each journalist has a little thing they can bring to the table. There's always people that get the scoops and the exclusives and stuff like that. And there's people out here that have been grinding. There's a lot of.
Well, I agree with that one YouTuber that said now they're trying to split main media and YouTubers media and cause trouble. That was a couple weeks ago that somebody said that they're going to try and split the media or whatever. People were upset because YouTubers were getting more coverage than the news channels or whatever. So maybe there's something to that too. Who knows, Lord?
Journalists have been grinding. So, for me, it's like, I don't know why other media journalists would be complaining about YouTubers, but it's very small. Most of the journalists here are doing a phenomenal job with their reporting and, the way they get these interviews with certain key players here, like the sheriff, and they get their interviews with the sheriff. They get their interviews. They got the cameras planted. They got speaking to some of the subjects that were part of this case and everything like that. So much respect for them for that, for sure. That's an interesting. I mean, if the perp used gloves, if that was the perp's gloves, wouldn't Nancy's DNA be on the gloves of the perp? Because she was bleeding blood, right? Blood.
Well, and that was the thing is they didn't even have that blocked off that first day. The reporter posted the blood. You know what I mean?
But if the glove was found on the side of the road, if somebody's snatching Nancy, some of her DNA is going to be on it, correct?
the glove thing, I just don't think someone would be that stupid. Why
I
would you
concur.
just throw your glove out on the
I
side of the
concur.
road after you?
I concur.
I mean, as soon as the glove came out,
Especially
I
when it's
go,
down there, it says it's showing the purpose shooting south.
Well, and like I said, who would be that stupid?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're not going to throw your gloves out on the side of the road. So to me, that was just the media needed something for the week, for that day, like you said. Whoever found
Well,
the
maybe
gloves.
the media needs something today with the Mexico connection.
Well, that's a logical thing.
Or putting it out there. I mean, yeah, of course,
they
you think there
denied-
would be due diligence. I think law enforcement probably called other states too, just to talk about this, or maybe the board. Like with Brian Kohlberger, I remember they said they contacted Canadian authorities at the port of entry up there just to look out for a white Hyundai Elantra. You know,
And that's the thing. The failures of us, we have all these street lights. No cameras. We can't get one video of a car, even if it's a blurry white car.
I went around all 4 intersections
Yeah.
today, just to show there's street lights, cameras, every single strategic spot to get
They
out
don't
of
have
here.
one.
But yet we can't see any image of any vehicle.
Well, here's why. I'll tell you why.
You will be seen if you leave this neighborhood. You will be, unless they don't work.
I'll tell you here's why. There's a whole group in Tucson. They actually have a whole website, and they've been trying to shut down these cameras for the last 2-3 years.
Hey, John. Hey, guys. How are you?
And I'm talking. They are like, the radical protesters. They go out. They don't want these surveillance, and then people are getting assaulted.
Well.
So,
The Brown University shooting. One of the criticism was the university turned off the cameras inside the university, and it was student activists that encouraged them to
Same
turn off
thing.
the cameras because it would violate students'
Yep.
privacy. They didn't like the Trump administration, whatnot. They
Exactly.
didn't want to be seen, whatever. So they turned it off, and that was one of the problems with finding the perp for Brown University. There's no footage of
Exactly.
this guy
What
inside
happened here?
the college.
Yep.
Or it could be for money. Yeah, turn off the cameras, a bunch of this stuff. So if you're running the city manager, allocate money a certain way, whatever like that, budget comes up next year, you might say, well, we have to allocate $5 million for
Yeah.
cameras. Well, we could use that money for something else.
Well, here's
need
the
to-
crazy fact about Tucson. Before COVID, our budget was $1.3 billion. Right? That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Guess what it is this year? 2.5 billion.
You know, it's almost went up.
5 years.
Wow.
And who does that? The taxpayers pay for all that, right? Property tax increase.
Man, I mean, I've been researching this stuff in Tucson for a long time, and these are the things that I'm like, man, only if the wolf had hung up, but that is a big jump, and you can't run some cameras on the bigger budget now.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But yeah,
Well, they said the local people didn't want all of the cameras.
it's a whole activist group where they try to get all these things shut down, and then something happens.
Yeah. Wow.
But in New York, they got cameras everywhere, right? I mean,
Oh man, you can't even turn around.
Did I see you out at that there in Luigi
I
court here?
Yeah, I covered Luigi.
Yeah, I was out there with those protesters. They were all
Yeah.
wearing the green and everything. Yeah, I went there for one day. Out there. It's pretty circus out there. That was the federal court, Foley.
Yeah.
Foley Square.
Yeah.
So when you go into court hearings, you have to wait in line.
Yeah, I usually pay line sitters.
How's that work? They pay?
Diddy probably cost me $15,000
Really?
just to get in every day, but I got into the main courtroom every day.
So per day, like how much you have to pay somebody to
I
wait in line?
typically pay. It could be between 200 and 300 to sit all night.
Sit all night. So
Yeah.
the line starts in the morning?
No,
Or
when,
in the
when we
evening.
come out of court, that's when your line sitter typically gets in line, and they wait there till the next
Morning
morning.
spots, 75.
No, 20 press, and they only allow 12 from the public to go in
And you got in every time.
every time. Yeah,
So you got the line person.
yeah. I had the.
I've
you
seen
know,
that
when I
at a lot
covered
of trials. I've
when
seen
I
it.
covered Donald Trump's trial, I made some relationship with the guys who do the line sitting,
Mhm.
street guys. You know, mostly homeless guys, but those guys are good, man. They get
They
it
won't let
done.
nobody push them out of the way.
No, they know the street because with Luigi, he has a whole fan base, and
Mm-hmm.
what they do is they'll just say that they have numbers, and they'll bring the whole squad. You may not get in whether you paid or not because they're, you know, they've learned how to navigate the numbers.
Well, I watched them, particularly the New York one, where a lot of our viewers called fangirls, and it would be like just girls,
Yeah,
like 30 girls
Yeah.
straight in a row
And there's
going
two
in to see
guys.
Luigi.
two guys, in the rest. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, I've seen line sitters at Richard Allen, and I've also seen line sitters at Alec Murdoch's trial.
Like we got enough to worry about. Now we have to worry about Mangione fans and P. Diddy fans and everything attacking. And this is just nuts. Boy, government, I bet you're kicking yourselves in the butt for not going with my first plan. That's too extreme. Yeah, we'll see what's too extreme now. Now we got to fight these fans of these nut jobs that have killed, raped, pillaged. Right? If the devil ain't real, I don't know what is. We're dealing with a massive amounts of a Charlie Manson family, a Jonestown, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay.
You know, so they wait. I went to Chapo's trial
Oh yeah.
back in the day, yeah, but just for one day. But I
Yeah.
got in pretty easy. But it was like
Yeah.
on the courthouse, they took everyone's phone and bagged it
Mm,
on that one.
yeah.
Like
yeah. They
the
don't.
security, they don't do that normally in the federal courts. Obviously,
No.
you can't film, but they bagged people's phones. They put them in a bag in a locker, and then you actually, before you even enter the courtroom, you go do additional metal detector to go in the courtroom.
My best court attendance so far has been Nicholas Maduro.
Maduro.
Yeah, I sat right behind him. The guy walked in, you would have thought he was at the beach.
Claim. Well, we watched this plane land. We watched him being shuffled around.
Yeah.
Didn't he say in court, "I am the president of Venezuela," and declared that?
The judge asked him, "Are you guilty or not guilty?" And in Spanish, because he has a translator,
Mhm.
he was able to say way more than just answering the question. So he basically says, "I'm the president of Venezuela. He fears God," or something like that. He says that the United States came into his house on Saturday night and kidnapped him and brought him into the United States. Then his wife turns around. She has been beaten to a pulp. You're like,
It's a game changer. I thought I was doing everything right with my heart health routine until I learned that after 40, my
but
not know
also
that.
during the proceeding, the attorneys for Maduro says, "Can she get her ribs checked out?" And by that time, I hadn't seen her turn around, but I'm like, why is her ribs bruised? And then she turned around. Oh my goodness, beat to a pulp. I mean, she could have fell off a helicopter or something. I don't know, but yeah.
We watched the entire thing. We were actually
Very interesting. Now, this guy is saying he was at the trial of Venezuela's president that Trump, now they're all saying kidnapped. Trump kidnapped him and brought him to America, and now that's why we're getting better deals with oil and everything. They beat his wife. This ain't going good. Good God Almighty. This is unbelievable.
covering his extradition on flight radar from when he left. I think he left Gitmo, Cuba, and then went up, flew, and we watched the plane.
Newburgh,
we watched the plane land. He got in a helicopter, went down to the Battery Park, or where'd he go?
Newburgh, New York.
Yeah, no, but he went to the federal agency to get him.
Oh, okay.
Then he went back into the helicopter, and then he went to the detention center.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was a series of events, locations.
Yeah. They brought him into Newburgh, New York.
Yeah, that was north, right?
Yeah. When he came out.
And then choppers took him
Venezuela.
down to the water. So you plan on attending Maduro's all his proceedings?
Everything.
What happens if he has a court hearing soon? Does he?
No, I'll be back by then. So, yeah. When is his what now? What is his
When's his next hearing?
I think it's in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So we're just chit-chatting here outside the home of Nancy Guthrie. Waiting for new.
Wow. All right. So the president, he says he's still the president of Venezuela, and America came in, took him out of his house that night, beat his wife to a pulp, and he says the only person he fears is God. And this might not turn out too good. This just keeps getting worse and worse. Well, that's what they've been saying now, is because shit was going down, and they were gonna Venezuela was gonna help out and do something, and Trump didn't want it. Trump wasn't getting good prices or whatever, or oil, or they weren't playing ball. So Trump went in and kidnapped him, and that's just part of politics and madness. Welcome to our world, folks. Welcome to our world. Right now, this whole thing going down there, why did they ask that black man to leave? Was it because he had a New York hat on? A lot of people are turning away from New York. New York's gone crazy, they said. Out of hand, garbage, disease, gangs, everything. Right? They killed the Pope of Greenwich Village, which I think that was in New York. That was a great movie with Mickey Rourke. That was a pretty good movie. But it's just going to get worse, folks. Turn yourselves in. Turn yourselves in. Now, they're saying some guy wants boots on the ground, and, well, that probably would be a good idea, being that they're kidnapping our kids. They're holding us hostage in our own country. They're using us for magic, sorcery, witchery, feeding human flesh to Americans. It's going to make a great movie, but yeah, you might want to bring in boots on the ground, military, whatever. I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but this is
New information or anything. Is this case going away?
Debbie,
Normally, for the last week, there was lots of journalists doing their up to date, but now it's not going on anymore.
Well, they're doing the on the scene reports. News Nation.
They are in Mexico.
In Mexico. Brian's in Mexico.
Brian Etten is in Mexico. They took off to Mexico. Boy, I'll tell you that Brian Etten is one
I
step
got the same chair too.
up front of everybody. How? Why? I don't know. A lot of people say he's got golden knee pads. I'm not sure. It's very possible. It's very possible.
You guys hear me now? All right, guys. So I want to tell you guys what's going down. Watch. I have to tell you a long story.
It looks like there's some rain clouds moving in. And that's good. They need the rain out there, Lord. Send them some rain out there. That used to be all water.
Yeah,
Anyway.
medium and psychics were right, dude. I'd ask them for the watering numbers.
Ooh, they're saying the media psychics. Right? All these tarot card readers might be right. They've been rolling the cards. They've been dealing the dirty deed cards. And they might be right. They're saying in there. I don't know. I don't think so. That's crazy. I don't think so. Yeah, that's what they're saying. The media psychic circus. Too bad Donnie Baker ain't around to see this Circus 26. Yeah, well, God bless his soul. Rest in peace. I mean, how far are they gonna let these rumors go on? How long are we gonna allow these people just to go ahead and try and
So here's an
clone
update
me?
here. Mexican authorities
Mexican
say
authorities.
no formal FBI request in Guthrie case. The Attorney General of Mexico's state of Sonora clarified Wednesday that his office has not received a formal request from the FBI to collaborate in the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. The office of Sonora Attorney General Gustavo Chavez wrote on the X platform in Spanish, it has not received a formal request for collaboration in the case of missing person in Arizona. Referring to Guthrie, Sonora borders Arizona and its capital. It's roughly 250 miles south of the Catalina foothills, the unincorporated community near where Nancy Guthrie's home is located. To date, this institution has not received any formal request for collaboration, assistance, or exchange of information from U.S. authorities or Mexican federal agencies related to this case.
So Mexico is saying they have no idea what these people are talking about. They are not helping
So there's that.
to find her. They have no request from any government
I have this
agency to
itching
help.
hunch, though, that she's around here.
No, she probably is somewhere around there in the house waiting.
Somewhere.
They might have moved her. I mean, what are we looking at here? 18 days. 18 days that she could be anywhere. Mexico, California, halfway on the other side of the country. So yeah, that's possible. That's very possible, I would say. She could be right there underneath a bush, underneath a pile of rocks. We don't know. There's someone's house out there waiting for it to die down. Start putting out on the news around there. If anyone smells any funky stuff coming out of a house or yard or whatever, to contact police.
You know, Sean Ryan on social media, is he known or
Mexican authorities
started
say no formal FBI
coming out saying that there was a spike in searches for Nancy Guthrie's home on January 5th, 2026. Huh.
Probably has everything to do with the island. Right? Somebody released a story that they didn't want out. So January 26th, before this happened, there was a spike looking for her house. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Knows. Direkt
But then again, these people are hackers and computer whizzes. They can come up, they can make it
SFM
look
Mutual
like
Insurance provides workers' comp coverage to employers of all sizes, delivering unrivaled safety, service, and value. Learn more.
I mean, that's what people don't realize. These people are, the internet is acceptable to bad guys. With technology and the right programs, you can make it look like anybody's channel. You can copy anybody's name and make 50,000 channels of the same thing. I mean, people are attacking people in other people's channels, and people are saying, you know, they're using your name. Well, I believe it. I believe it. Government, maybe, probably. They don't want the truth to come out.
We're not giving up on Nancy. So we're not giving up on Nancy.
Yeah. Leave a message, will you? I'm busy.
We're gonna take the drone out here soon. Waiting for someone to ride.
Don't park there, buddy.
All right, so we got a lot going on today. We got a launch with NASA in 5 hours, hopefully, if everything goes as planned. We got a lot going on, a lot of cases, a lot of YouTube channels we're tracking. A lot of these people are still the blame in this whole Summer Wells case, this whole Ernie Shell fiasco. There was many people involved in Ernie's madness, cover up and hiding Ernie from the government, which that's against the law. A lot going on. I'm not sure that is an Oasis sweater. I am not sure, but we don't need another Oasis war. When they broke up, the two brothers. Great band. That was the first CD I ever owned. 1995. Oasis. Wonderwall, wasn't it? I believe their only good hit, big hit, was Wonderwall, wasn't it? Morning Glory, yeah. You know, I've seen him, the guitar player, Nigel, whatever his name was, or he just came out with a new effects pedal for guitar. I wish this country would just let it go and realize it's been sacked. And once was is never going to be again. I hope this country realizes paybacks are bitches.
Yeah, this was a very powerful picture here, of a woman. I don't know if you saw it on my live earlier. I just put this on my X. So she arrived in a Jeep, and then she placed pictures of like Jesus and Mary on the ground in front of over there by the mailbox on her property, Nancy's, and candles. And then she began to pray, and she got on her
I would
knees
pray
and she
too.
began to pray.
After the sacrifices that
So-
these people been doing in churches, I
Power
would
of
do
prayer,
too.
folks. Power of prayer. She began to pray.
Catholics and everybody torturing people.
Has this case gotten cold? We're not going to forget about Nancy. We're not gonna
No,
forget
it
about
is a
Nancy.
cold case. It was always probably. Telling you that.
We're not going to forget about Nancy.
At this time, I would like to say, even though that Mr. Jeffrey Epstein's island has been shut down, women and children continue to be kidnapped and raped and pillaged and sold in America. Mr. Epstein was not the only one that was a sicko. Now let's return to our regular broadcasting and coverage of the Nancy Guthrie case.
Why did the perp walk into that little walkway there with his head down. That has been presented a lot too. Why did the perp walk with his head down? Says if he knew cameras are there, some people suggest maintenance worker or roofer that's known.
Well, maybe they were already done inside. Maybe they found Nancy's phone, Mr. JLR, and when it was alerting and ringing, they can see that that Mrs. Nancy was getting alerts that there was cameras outside. So they already went ahead and did what they had to do. And all this was to make sure that they're not seen when they leave. Hold on, my phone keeps ringing. All right, hold on a minute. I got to answer it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Today.
All right, we're back.
That has known the house in the past, have been to the house in the past, but the head going down. Why would you do that? Why would your head go down when you first walk into, before you eventually go get the weeds, right?
JLR, there's a guy down there, home security, doing interviews with him right now. All the way at the end is great.
Home security.
U.S. Alarm. He's doing an interview with a company right now. If you want to go down there. Check it out.
Home. All right. Thank you. Home. No, they bring a home security guy.
Home
I don't know if
security.
it's really relevant to the case, though. That's good info. Home security. Like some of the media here is like packing it up. Go over here and look. Sheriff just pulled out of the neighbor's house. The neighbor that was complaining about people parked in front of her home, the sheriff just pulled out of her house. There's the sheriff.
Well, is it
Or
Homeland
sheriff
Security
out of the neighbor's house.
or is it Homeland?
I'm assuming it's the same woman I saw him go out of her driveway. Might be about.
Very interesting. So someone down there from a security team or something, they're saying.
Maybe it's over parked in front of her home.
Yo, what's up, Kel?
Remember she came over talking about the blue car in front of her driveway? Well, he pulled it right out of her driveway, or it could be something else. It's a dead zone down there. I'm not walking down all the way down.
At Sturgis Bank, we're more than a bank. We're part of the community, building relationships that help our neighbors thrive. That starts.
Yeah, she wasn't happy. He's leaving. The sheriff is leaving. Deputy. Right in between that white car that you see there in the center part of the screen, the other car facing it, there's a driveway there, and that's where the deputy just came out, but that's her driveway.
Oh, so it was a security team that showed up there to complain that somebody was parking there. Yo, Kel, how's it going?
Interesting. Very, very interesting. What do you think? Maybe she made a complaint. They're packing up their equipment. Maybe they're bringing more equipment. Shift change. MSNBT shift change.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I can't wait till they find this witch or these witches that's been screwing up my life. Lord, you better find them first. Because if we do, it's not going to be good.
Camera equipment up.
Oh, they're bringing out more cameras.
Got like a shift change operation. Yeah, I think that's the ABC News booth. Where I seen a couple of those ABC reporters, Alex Stone, Aaron Katursky, in that one.
I already reported the guy on YouTube. That's YouTube's fault for not following through on shit. Right? A lot of people are complaining about that. There's no justice on YouTube. I don't care. I got the dude's face. We'll put it through the system. I'm sure it'll pop. Watch Trump be right, and it's from New York. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I agree. YouTube, a lot of people are complaining about that. They reported a lot of stuff, but it was never checked into. And that's because YouTube don't have people watching. They have computers watching. So a lot of
Wait
stuff's
for the next development, whatnot. Or question of the day is this case getting cold?
It is
For
cold.
the last 2 days now, not much activity.
It's the same thing it was when it
I don't think
happened.
it's getting cold yet. It's still
It's cold.
active. Fox 5 New York has a report. Former FBI DEA agent on handling of Guthrie case.
About the Nancy Guthrie case, this investigation now in its third week, almost nearing the end of the third week. And we're turning to Robert Strang. He is the CEO of Investigative Management Group. He's also a former federal agent, participated and led many, many investigations over the years. Bob, thanks so much for joining us.
Lisa, thank you for having me.
As you look at what's being done to try to locate Nancy Guthrie and to try to bring some closure to this, What strikes you about the investigation, and why is this so difficult? Because people are saying they have so many resources, so many people working on this. Why can't they solve this the way they do other crimes?
Yeah, this is a very difficult case. You can see partially why it's so difficult, just the way that the perpetrator was dressed. So
Cal,
it's a little bit different. Now the
we
sheriff
see where you live.
is doing
It's
a
beautiful.
wonderful job. He's got the full resources
But
of
you
the
got too
FBI,
many
the
animals
Homeland
out there.
Security, everybody involved from the White House down to help find Nancy. But the thing is that even with these resources, even with the best forensics, the best cyber investigators, the best DNA experts, the best informants, both on social media and in real time, this is really a problem. Even with all of these resources, every day gets a little closer. Today is a good day. The DNA was found on the gloves. There's DNA in the house. The FBI is now, and the sheriff's office is now going to all the public databases looking for a match. There's no question that ultimately this individual will be found. It's just a matter of when. Could it be in a matter of minutes, or could it be days?
And then what about in terms of the reward? Because they offered
I agree.
FBI is offering a little
We'll
bit over
find it.
$100,000. The reward came days after she was taken. Is that enough money to really incentivize somebody who may have to completely relocate or change their entire lifestyle or whatever if they have information?
It's a good point. But you really have to have some number out there to offer somebody something to afford. I mean, if you look at the money that we're spending, well worth it with the government, federal, state, and local. That's a maybe 5 minutes worth of time.
Right.
So the resources are being put in the proper area. Resources are put into the investigation with the experts, as they should be. And I would think that very soon these experts are going to come up with Nancy Guthrie.
So there's no doubt. You have no doubt in your mind that there will be a resolution to this, that she will be located?
I'm confident. I'm confident that with the DNA, I'm confident with Meta and Google working on those other cameras on the property, that ultimately there'll be much more evidence. And that is comforting to know that every day, every hour, we're getting closer and closer with more evidence. So that's what makes me confident.
And do you think there'll be one big connection that kind of is the breakthrough, and then everything else falls into place? Because they still haven't identified him, which as you point out, they're getting closer with the DNA. Will there be a big breakthrough, or will this be kind of a building effect and there'll be a final straw?
I think there'll be an identification, and obviously that'll be confidential with the officials who are operating this, and there'll be an arrest, and hopefully there'll be a recovery of.
Well, I agree with this guy. They'll find the people. It's just going to take some time. Now, if this is true, what some people are saying, it's going to be a cold case, or this is a cold case. They're just trying to rework it and everything. Whatever it may be, eventually they'll find the people. Eventually the people with the DNA will pop up somewhere. I would imagine. Just takes time. We're going to be ending this video. We will be back with more coverage. Let's listen to a little bit more what this guy's saying, and then we'll end it.
Nancy Guthrie.
And then, Bob, as you look at the case throughout these past couple of weeks, several weeks, Does this look to you like the work of one individual? Does it look more organized? Does it look like there may be more other people involved just because of the way they've been able to evade and elude law enforcement for so long? What's your gut feeling on that?
Lisa, that could work both ways, right? It could be one individual who is really very careful about everything that he is doing, or it could be a larger group, but should be.
His microphone went off.
More DNA.
So there you go. I mean, that's this coming from a former law enforcement, just sharing different things that are being put out there, different takes from law enforcement on this matter.
All right, there you go, folks. We will be back with more information. Now, remember, we got a lot going on. We got a lot of witchery, sorcery people in our country. We got a lot of bad guys out there. So, Epstein Island wasn't the only place people are saying, why are the children still? Well, because, he wasn't the only one that thought like that. There was many that thought like that. Why are they killing her? Well, that's demonic. See, they're demonic. They're God. That they think is God, whatever, is killing children and women, raping them and doing everything. So just like we have Jesus, they have gods that they worship. Who might be blinding these people, saying that he's Jesus, but he's not Jesus. No, that might be too our problem in America. Is what the Bible said, the fake Messiah. Well, all glory goes to the true King of all kings, the one that created everything. On this channel, and I know not of the devil because I don't practice him. I just see his work all over my country and all over the world, which is a bloodbath, right? A psycho madman, a thief, someone that's better than God. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. We're going to end this video. I had to take a break from the movie to report this. God bless. You've been watching the Johnny Kramer Music Movie Channel where we do everything. Have a great day. God bless. We'll be back with more coverage. Also, don't forget we have a launch going at NASA in 4 hours. So keep an eye on that. Have a good night.